fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. Today I wanted to make an update about the Boom Pro. I've been playing with it more. I felt like my first impressions were one thing. Now I've customized it. I've added a different string setup, head links tour at around 23 kilos, 125 gauge. And I play with it a lot more, so I know more about this frame and I wanted to give you an update. I'm gonna do a full review about this one. I don't want to drag things out too much, but I felt like I needed to make an update, and I'll play with it a little bit more, try a few different things, and then I'll make my full verdict very soon. So the Boom Pro, first thoughts were a nice power, nice stability, pretty whippy frame. My feeling was that the string bed was a little bit springy. I couldn't find the control I needed from the frame. That was the main issue with the racket for me. With the new string setup, Lynx Tour, I tried Hawk Touch before. This one feels better. I feel it a bit more crisp, a bit more direct, a bit more connected. Not the kind of control sensation of a Prestige, obviously. I also think the Extreme Tour gives me a feeling of more control, but this is a more powerful frame and it does deliver power. So you get easy, effortless power for a 98 square inch racket without really any harshness of the string bed. I really don't feel any problems with my arm, even using a full bed of poly with this racket. So that's very good. There's definitely some dampening working, or just the stiffness isn't that as high as you would think. But you know, mid 60s, it's becoming kind of the norm today. But it seems to be fine, at least for my arm. I would still be a bit careful with these higher mid 60 stiffness rackets. If you have a history of tennis elbow, if you're stringing with a multifilament, maybe you're fine. But if you're stringing with a string like a full bed of poly, a stiffer poly, it might be a problem. But I've really been enjoying this racket. I've felt the extra power really helps me. At the net, it's fantastic because you can just like really put the ball away. You get some extra pop on your volleys. I tried 6 different volley rackets today, everything from the 6195 to the Prestige MP to the Head Extreme Tour, V-Core 95 2021, and so on. And this one came out on top. I just felt like it was very easy to move around the net despite me bumping it up to a 335 swing weight. So even with the weight up in the head, a pretty thick string, it's a pretty heavy string, the Lynx Tour, and the dampener, I still felt like the racket was pretty maneuverable. So really nice at the net, excellent for volleys. The touch is not quite there, but it's not as disconnected as I felt with that other string the first time around. So I really feel like the racket is better now. When I've gotten used to it, I've changed the string setup and I'm enjoying it more. It's a very good racket. I like it a lot. I think it has a lot of potential. I think many players will love it. It's still not super controlled for you who want more control, but that's not the idea. The idea is to give you extra power. I really like when I'm attacking that I can get some good pop with this frame. Even more than the Extreme Tour. So if that's what you're looking for, then this frame certainly delivers nice spin potential and very maneuverable, like quite easy to swing. Something in the profile, it doesn't feel sluggish at all, feels fast even, and with a 330 plus swing weight. So that part is very good. Well done there. But yeah, it's not the kind of control and touch that you get from the Prestige. I could not expect that. I might still be preferring the Prestige due to that, but in some situations I just play better with this one. It's easier to play tennis, and my sweet spot is a 98, kind of 310 gram 16-19 pattern that this frame comes in perfectly. So I just need to play with it more. I definitely like it a lot more now than I did the first time around. I saw some strengths, but I also saw some weaknesses. The weaknesses are a bit smaller now, although it might not still be completely convincing. My frames, I get questions, what frame do you usually play with matches and so on, and I do play with the Prestige MP from 2019 as kind of a main frame, but I'm also flirting, meaning testing back and forth, trying in certain matches the Extreme Tour with some weight at 12. And I really like that frame a lot, especially at the low tension. So this one is in the same ballpark, same head size, similar beam profile. It's in there. Obviously the head shape is a bit different. I do get more power with this frame. I get a bit less control. It's a trade-off, and I'm not sure if I'm preferring this over the Extreme Tour or not. I think the control of the Extreme Tour is, you know, superior, so that's why I'm still kind of going back to that from time to time. but for extra power and just that extra stability at the net, this one is quite hard to beat. The serve is also very good, both this and Extreme Tour. A bit harder to get any power with the Prestige MP. So those 3 rackets in my bag, they just really have a clear kind of power ratio, with the Prestige MP being ultra low power, the Extreme Tour being in the middle, and then this one coming up more on the top of the power scale. Sometimes I lose a bit of confidence when I'm really attacking and I need to just go for the corners. So that's an issue, but that's just the thing with power frames. So if you want power, this is a frame that you should consider. If you want control, it's gonna be a bit too powerful, a little bit too spin friendly, but I don't find that the string bed is in any way like a really launchy string bed. That was more my string job. Maybe I made a mistake stringing or something, I don't know. But Hawk Touch is generally a little bit more of a springy string, while the Lynx Tour is more controlled. So I definitely prefer the racket with the Lynx Tour. I would love to try it again with Lynx Touch as new string from Head that I'm going to review. I'm hope to also talk to the guy behind Lynx Touch, Dennis Fabian, in a podcast soon. So hopefully you will enjoy that. So more to come about the Boom Pro and the Lynx Touch string. Definitely an improvement over what I felt in the beginning. I just wanted to give you that update. Not quite 100% there for me, a bit too powerful at times, but still a very interesting stick if you like 98 square inch rackets, but you want more on that power of a kind of a pure strike 98, then this one is in that range, which is a pretty large target group that like this kind of power frames, similar to Technifiber T-Fight RS 300, pure strike 98, as I said. Power spin, but not the same as kind of a 100 square inch racket. Okay, so that's the update about the Boom Pro. Enjoying it, playing pretty well with it. Part 3 of this will be the full in-depth review when I play with it a little bit more, so stay tuned for that. But by now I think you have an idea of what I feel about this frame. I just wanted to make sure that I keep giving you my updated thoughts about it. Okay, that's it. Thanks for all your support. If you want to support more, please join patreon.com/tennisnerd. That helps a lot. Also consider buying something from my affiliates. The links are in the description. I get a small commission at no extra cost to you. And most of all, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. It helps the channel grow. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day, and don't forget to play some tennis.